question's for Kirby. Two questions. First of all, as I understand it, Stetson would not be eligible to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's not an All-American. Is that a rule that should change? And secondly, have you had a chance to talk and connect with your father's father?
I have not connected with my dad. I would love to. I feel bad I didn't take the opportunity when I had TV coverage to say something, but I know he was still watching then. He's probably in bed now. But I promise you, my dad doesn't need any accolades or pats on the back. He hates them. So he gave it to be honest. I can promise you that. But the Hall of Fame thing, I have no idea. I would like to say congratulations to Coach Rick, who got elected to the College Football Hall of Fame today, I think. And I texted him earlier and so happy for him. He texted back immediately, kicked that ass tonight, and I knew he was behind us, and really happy for him. But should this guy go in, that's a long time away. I think 20 years from now when he comes back, we're going to talk about that. But again, I don't know those prerequisites. I know he's got GOAT status in Athens, Georgia, forever.
Go next over here to Bill.
Coach, you mentioned not taking things for granted, and I know several players and yourself said that people doubted you this year. Now you'll go into a year where you'll probably be number one across the board. So what's the biggest challenge for this program? And I know you don't want to talk about a three-peat, but going for that next one.
The biggest challenge is the same thing it is in all of the world. The world we live in today, society we live in, entitlement. So the minute that you think you're entitled to winning games and you don't have to work hard, Coach Dykes and I were talking about it, the uphill battle for those guys is you think that you just inherit success. And I personally think next year's going to be a much, much more difficult challenge over this year because we had so many guys leaving last year. We got a lot of guys coming back, and unfortunately this one right here is not. I'll tell you a quick story. I walked in they got a real nice head coach's office in that room over there. And I don't know if Stetson knows this, but I walked in, my 10-year-old son, Andrew's bawling. Now I'm like, oh no, somebody's hurt his feelings, somebody's thrown him down, somebody's done something to him. I said, why are you crying? You're gonna ruin my moment. He said, Dadson's leaving. Dadson's gone. I said, he's 25 years old, he's gotta go. Gotta leave. But he's bawling about Stetson being gone, and most of our team, we'll have a lot of guys coming back. We're gonna lose some really talented guys, probably gonna lose some juniors. But the disease that creeps into your program is called entitlement. And I've seen it firsthand. And if you can stomp it out with leadership, then you can stay hungry. And we have a saying around our place, we eat off the floor. And if you're willing to eat off the floor, you can be special.
Take our next question from over here on the left.
Yeah, Coach, Stetson's the first quarterback in Georgia history to throw more than 4,000 yards. He's leaving. What's left in the room?
Well, we got some good quarterbacks in here. We got one that took his black jersey off and took hits all week so he could be Max. And Gunnar Stockton said, you know what? He said, Coach, take my shirt off. I'll take the hits. Brock Vandergrift's down there learning all year. Carson Beck got a lot of play time, and has a lot of composure to come back and be able to play. So those three guys are going to battle it out, and they'll learn a lot. Coach Lunkin does an unbelievable job in that room. He did an unbelievable job with Stetson. And the fact that he's playing an NFL offense where there's an NFL coordinator who coached NFL quarterbacks should tell people that, he's not going to get marbles in his mouth and he's got to spit out 7 more calls. And a lot of NFL teams like that.
Next question from over here on the right.
Kirby, you called the timeout when Stetson was coming out. You called the timeout on defense as well when those guys came out. Why was that important to you to do for both of those guys?
Because what they've done in this program. I got really emotional when these guys will tell you before the Ohio State game, and I don't know what got into me. I hadn't been that way forever. I don't know if it was exhaustion, stress, anxiety, but I got pretty emotional, and I've held it together tonight for the most part. But that moment with the timeouts, since that's in those defensive players, because you guys don't see what they sacrifice. You don't see Bullard when his shoulder comes out and he won't put on a black jersey, and they're like, you can't go, Bullard, and he won't come out of practice. And he's still out there hitting me. His shoulder comes out behind his collarbone, and he just stays in the game. He's like, he embodies what our culture is, which is toughness. And I have a very serious appreciation for that because they do it for a university I love. And it means a ton to me when they sacrifice like that for our university.
Back over here to our left in the middle.
For Coach Smart or Stetson, you guys walked off the podium together, deep in conversation. What were you guys talking about after all you've been through?
probably what he's going to do tonight, make sure he doesn't get anything in that package. I mean, he is 25, so I can't. Nobody got that joke, I guess. The blinds will make you pay it back.
Any other questions? We'll go to Ivan in the middle back.
Kirby, why was this so easy?
I don't have an answer for that. I think preparation was really good. I'll be honest with you, I was a little concerned that we were tired. I had apprehension about a couple of the practices we had, and Stetson's complaining to me about not having enough free time when we were in Athens. He didn't want to come in as early, and I thought, you got one chance to be legendary. I'm not going to leave any regret out there. And did you not? And then, but I called some seniors in and I said, look guys, if y'all want me to cut back, I will. I don't know, from TC's perspective how things went. I did have a feeling that our offense had a really good plan. And so I watched the offense each day and I was like, we got a good plan. If we execute this plan, we're going to attack these guys and we're going to be really aggressive. I was really proud of the defense after two outings that we did not perform well. Because they have a first-round receiver, we got a Heisman Trophy quarterback who was a finalist, and I thought our defense really performed well tonight when their backs against the wall.
Just a couple more here. We're going to go right here to the middle on the second row.
Stetson, can you talk about the fact that you guys had a tremendous performance? And what was the motivation that gave you the ability to save your best for the last?
We had confidence in the plan. We left some plays that we didn't even call. We missed some shots, but it's the last one. I mean, it was the last one in this team. This one national championship. It was, against Max, who's a great quarterback, and I knew he would. If you can't pull your best in a game like this, or at least your best effort, your best preparation, then maybe this isn't for you. Confidence, our guys, everybody did.
Go next over here to the aisle.
Stetson, I think it was before Ohio State you talked about, that you like the idea that overlooked guys and under-recruited guys are going to look at your story. After a performance like this, you're really going to be one of those guys where they look at players who go from walk-on status to stardom, you're going to be at the top of that list. Have you thought about the kind of example you set for other guys with that?
No, I mean, when I was growing up, you still got to be the best, right? Like it doesn't matter if people doubt you. People doubt. Well, you got to be good. I mean, so I always used to. I enjoyed growing out my hair, wearing glasses, and then going and winning the camp. Like that was my thing. So if you are an under-recruited guy, you are soak that up, but you still got to be the best. Go there, be some lifeblood. Be a dog. You got to. But hopefully, in 15 years, there's some kid out there who's going to stud, and he remembers watching us.
Next question right here, same area.
Yeah, Kirby Smart. What's the significance of this team going 15-0 mean to you, and why was this team able to do that?
The significance is there's no blemish. I don't know, I had 4 national championships in Alabama, and I don't think we had the one that was undefeated, and that one was really special. And it was like, sometimes it takes a loss to galvanize and put your team in a spot to win. We did that last year. And it didn't take that. I always tell guys, do you have to take a loss to learn? I mean, why? It doesn't take that to learn that. And this team was special because they didn't have a flaw. They had, 2 games in which they came back in the fourth quarter, Missouri and Ohio State, with incredible comebacks and led by James Stetson in the offense. So it makes it more special, I think, when you come back and look at it, because when you want to compare teams, you'll say, hey, look at this team. There's some parts of me that think if the team last year played this year's team probably had more talent on it. But this year's team was different. Like, they just had this eye on the tiger they weren't going to lose.
All the way on our left and the way back.
Yeah, Kirby, a person could watch a lot of college football and very seldom see the level that your team has attained several times this year and other times. Have you yourself thought about that at all? And it sort of admired where the caliber this team has reached?
I'll tell you what I admire is like the consistency with which they do it. I keep thinking that if you press the gas pedal too hard, you're going to run out of gas and they're going to be exhausted. I kept thinking maybe mentally the LSU game, and then doing this and doing that and practicing this and going to Ohio State emotional, just roller coaster. Maybe we're just out of gas, and they never run out of gas. So that goes a lot of credit to our strength and conditioning program, our training staff, our kids committing to actually doing that. Like they actually go out and hit each other in the 15th week of the season over and over again, and they enjoy doing it. That's just not normal in today's day and age. People want an easier pathway. So the coaching staff, Coach Monken and his offensive staff, Coach Schumann and his defensive staff, and then the special team staff, wow. I mean, every week they brought it. They brought a great plan. They brought a unique plan and made the most of the players that we have. We had a lot of guys injured in the year. The receiving corps it's like a luxury the last two games. Looking out, like we're throwing Arian out, AD out, Ladd out. It's like you got all these weapons that really helps you to be successful. That consistency in performance is hard to find, and I do admire the people that buy into what we sell in our organization.
Last question right here on our right, standing up here.
Kirby, kind of following that up, I know it takes great players and a lot of work and the right plan. Can you just sort of step back and sort of say what it means to you to come back to Georgia and build a dominant program?
Yeah, it means everything. The University of Georgia meant so much to me. I'll never forget the speech I heard Billy Payne give and how much Georgia meant. He met his wife there, and he gave back to the University of Georgia every way possible. He helped bring the Olympics, and then when you say all he wants to do is give back to a university that gave him, I wouldn't be who I am today without the University of Georgia. I was lucky to get a chance to go to the University of Georgia, and I want to give back to a place that has meant so much to my life and to my family's life. It's given so much to us. So I don't think you can do that without honoring them with how you work and the standard you try to set. That's my saying. I do want to say one other thing before we finish. Is that the last question?
Yes.
I promised our guys, y'all know I did this, and y'all tell them, somebody write a really good article, because our defensive scout team did the most unbelievable job. When we got TCU, I called them all in. I had the coaches meet with them. We made them meet and become this defense, and we said, we're going to do it better than they do it. You're going to watch tape, you're going to sit in here, you're going to learn how to do it. We had a guy, C.J. Allen, who was number 6. He did it as good as they did it. We had Collins, big 57, he did it as good as they did it. We had guys be their guys and do their defense exactly right. Until the last day we were walking through in there, they were given an unbelievable look. That set our offense up for success. The scout team makes a difference, and we had a hell of a scout team to give these guys a look. Thank you guys so much for the coverage this year.
Congratulations. Thank you.